Street kids and young people with disabilities. They have a lot in common, more than you might think. Hello and welcome to a special edition of DNet, the Disability Network. I'm Joe Coughlin. 2.5 years ago, Sam McIntyre said, "To hell with the hassle of big city life." The city was Toronto. "I'm going to find a quieter place to live and open a small business. It will be a kind of retirement." That's exactly what she did. The town she chose was Brantford in southern Ontario. Brantford, as most of us know, was the home of Alexander Graham Bell and Wayne Gretzky. Sam McIntyre did not set up an accounting business, as might be expected, since she is a chartered accountant with a university degree. Instead, she bought a corner grocery store, and that is where we are going for this documentary report. The first thing you notice in Sam McIntyre's store is that the shelves and some merchandise are marked in Braille for her fiancé, Robert Peeling, who is blind, and for blind customers. That's Robert behind the counter.
Okay, Sherry's first. Let Rob up.
And that's Sam McIntyre. Every week, she and Robert, Robert's mother, and a group of high school dropout street kids put out the welcome mat for multi-disabled young adults from a local special needs school.
There we go now, eh, Dan?
These young people are not here just for a visit. They've come to learn to work in the store to have their first job experience.
Hi, Wayne. I'm glad you came today.
Sweetheart.
I was hoping you'd come.
Yeah, that's the top.
Okay, that's the tab. You can just keep peeling that back.
Yeah, I know where it is.
Okay, and then as you cut it, I'm trying to find my scissors. As you cut it, you just peel a little bit further back, like peel it down another.
The idea is to match each disabled worker with a street kid. Here we see 16-year-old Casey Moore helping Wayne Longboat.
You can do another one? Huh? Yeah, you can do another one
Find
here.
another one? That's a babe.
There you go.
That's it, sweetheart. Okay?
You're doing good,
Very
boy.
good. Very good.
Doing really good, you know that?
17-year-old Terry Lancaster is Bonita Jackson's partner. Sam McIntyre didn't know she would be helping people like Terry and Bonita when she moved to Brantford.
Basically, it just happened. The street kids came first. Then my boyfriend's blind, so we built the store so he could run it. And once we had a Braille store here, we decided to expand it. So we called the school and asked them for their multi-handicapped, the W. Ross McDonald here in town. And we asked them for kids that they figure will never get a job or untrainable.
They're being given a chance to show that there's other jobs that they could accomplish. And it's giving them the inspiration, I guess, to try and improve themselves. And they're learning that there's more they can do than what they've been told.
And we've been training them, and they are trainable. And we're trying to find jobs when they get out of school.
I found a couple of the tags on them anyways.
We have a girl named Kim. She's on Thursday group. When she first came in, she would walk in the door, stand there, and not move. They had her in the school for 2 years, and they got her to count to 4. Last week, she came bustling in here. She grabbed her partner. She counted to 12 to show off that she can count that high, and she stalks the chips. They are growing and learning as people.
Hey, Danny, where are you?
There is nothing patronizing in the way these young adults are treated by their teenage partners. The relationship is characterized by humor and patience.
Well, it's a good relationship. We get along and have fun while we work. We do both work good. She likes it. All the kids like it, working here, because it's fun for them.
It feels good. Just doing all that, helping the kids and them helping me.
How have the visually impaired people that you're teamed up with, how have they helped you?
They're giving me my confidence and make it, like, I got a heart problem, so Like, I'm not that much different. Like, they just can't see. I'm not allowed to do sports or nothing like that, so I don't know. It makes me cope with seeing them better as if they're the same as me.
What have they taught you?
They're not dumb. They're just blind. They're smart. They know, they pick up fast. They might forget after 2 weeks, but like when it comes back, they don't forget it.
Okay. Now, remember, Terry, you're going to have to walk. They're trading skills. The street people have a lot of things they've been through. A lot of good, a lot of bad, mostly bad. Now they're taking that knowledge, what they've gone through, and giving that to the multi-handicapped kids, to their buddies, and saying, like, you don't have to make the mistake. We already did. Like, you don't have to do this. And they're also giving them confidence, friendship, patience. When you give anyone that, it helps them learn easier. And they're teaching the street kids, the multi-handicapped kids. The multi-handicapped kids are giving the street kids respect, almost hero worship in some cases, teaching them organizational skills, because you have to be organized, you have to be able to prioritize, know what you're doing, knowing when and how to do it. So it's a trade-off.
One thing I really like to do is to make people laugh. Makes me feel good when I can make other people happy. If I can make other people happy, then I'm happy with myself.
Coming up next, we'll meet Karen Aquilina in her first full-time job, thanks to Sam McIntyre. Teaching something as basic as gripping a cigarette package can be part of the orientation meeting that Sam McIntyre holds before the disabled students arrive. McIntyre helps these young people find work. She found a guaranteed seasonal job for Karen Aquilina at the local H&R Block office. Karen has blossomed since she met McIntyre.
She jokes, she teases. She's been loved to death. We tag team with love too, because you really have to care about people if you're going to do this. You can't say, I'm going to do something like this and make lots of money, get lots of fame and publicity and just be absolutely wonderful, because it doesn't work that way. People know if you're sincere or not. So what happens is when you're hit, someone who feels that they can't do anything and they haven't been able to succeed before gets hit with a situation where every time they turn around, they're succeeding. Granted, it may be just little tiny steps we're going by, but they're succeeding. That does a lot for the ego, does a lot for the image. Like, how can you not feel better about yourself if every day you're learning something new?
I want to work because I want to feel like part of the community, and I enjoy the fact that of getting up in the morning and having to go to work. It sounds good. I like the way it sounds, work.
Karen, what's it like not to work?
It's no fun. It's you feel not good about yourself unless, if you want to feel not good about yourself. I feel good about myself, but I'd rather work still. I still rather work than be at home, because you can go out, but you have to eventually come home to the four walls, and that's all you have is those four walls. And it's not a good feeling.
Has it changed your ideas about teenagers working with Terry and Paul?
I can be myself with them. With other teenagers, out there anyway. Like at schools or stuff, for instance, you have to more or less act the way they want you to act. You can't act like you want to act.
What would you like to tell teenagers out there how to treat you and other people who have disabilities?
Just that they should treat us the same, because we are the same, or we're no different. Like, I can't see any difference between me and Paul. Like, what's the difference? There's no difference. Except he's a boy and I'm a girl. That's the only difference there is.
Well, Sam, by signing this contract, what it's going to allow is that
After many phone calls and letters asking for financial help, McIntyre has finally got the attention of one government ministry. Bruce Kipp of the local Canada Employment Centre has agreed to give her money to help pay for one of the disabled young adults to work in her grocery store.
What made you decide to take a chance and get involved with this project and say, yes, we can do it?
Sam, there were a couple of things. One, you're a viable business, okay? If you didn't have the store, we couldn't have offered this program at this point, okay? So you have an employment opportunity. Secondly, I think that your sincerity in dealing with persons with disabilities and with the young kids on the street who need assistance came through very clearly.
Most of what McIntyre does is paid for out of her own pocket, and this includes income from a part-time job. The rest is obtained through as many fundraising projects as she can think of, and she's not ashamed to call it begging.
I beg with pride. That's how we do it. Fundraising, what have we done? We've gone to different stores in the community and we've asked for donations. Circle B gave us a ceramic Christmas tree. We raffled it off. Different people gave us wreaths, and I just went up and said, hi, this is the tackle team, this is what we're doing, can you donate something? Most of the time they laughed and shut the door in their faces, but every once in a while someone gave us something. We've been really doing quite well. So we've been having donations and raffles. We've been painting the t-shirts, which I can't tell you about. We're having a spaghetti dinner, an all-you-can-eat spaghetti dinner. The boys go out when it snows and they bang on doors and they have shovels and they shovel walks for anywhere from $2 to $5. My stove died, and through word of mouth, Central Appliances gave me the stove yesterday. All the elements work on it. The oven works on it. Brant Ceramics, another place we knocked on the door, they're donating bisque and greenware so the kids can do ceramic classes.
This is the corner of the basement underneath the grocery store. These ceramics classes are run by volunteers, and the clay has been donated by a local supporter of the project. The finished products are then sold by the young people to raise money for the project. We'll find out what happens in the other corner of the basement later.
And that's what we're doing. We also have one thing, but I'm not going to say it on TV, is we're selling a boy. We're raffling off one of the kids for 2 hours to do any work you want in the house. And the kids have actually agreed to it.
Coming up next, getting dropouts to drop in.
-2 and -2.
McIntyre calls her project TACKLE, which stands for Take Charge and Learn. She takes the learning part very seriously. For example, here in the other half of her basement, her street kids are learning how to get their high school diploma, assisted by volunteer tutors.
I like the tutors, and we only have it for an hour and a half a day instead of 5 to 8 hours a day. And you don't have to learn as much in one day. Like, you only got one course to study instead of 4, like I had when I was going to school.
You got more of one-on-one to work on it, and you don't have to be told, you know, yeah, I must have this completed by then. You just take your own pace, you know, do it at your own time.
Well, every once in a while, my mom starts yelling at me to get my hair cut because my sisters are those so-called preppies, and I'm like as classified as an oddball of the family. So that's how I figure it. We all get along here.
Yeah, school wasn't too good for me. I always had the teachers breathing down my back, you know, because I was always mouthy and I didn't really want to cooperate with them. And home's not too good. Me and my mother, I love my mother and my mother loves me. It's just that we're just two people that can't live together anymore because of our differences. And when I come here, it's just like a warm place to come. It's like I come here because I know I'm welcome here. You know, there's a lot more trust and understanding than at home and at school.
The idea of matching street kids with multi-disabled young adults will surprise many, but it does not surprise the street kids who believe there is a lot of common ground.
If we're supposed to be people that don't really care about anyone, and we could take the time to help someone that pretty well needs the help more than we do, and we're going through our own problems and having our own hard times, but we can still take the time to help someone else. And you know, I think that's great, but you know, they help us out. You just learn from them. You learn a better understanding from people, from them. They give you a better understanding of life.
And the mentally handicapped and the blind get put down because people make fun of, if they walk funny, they sit there and pretend to walk like the handicapped and make jokes about them and sit there and stare at them and laugh and make them feel really bad. So, and they do the same with us, which isn't fair because everyone's human. Like, not everyone's perfect. Everyone's got something wrong with them. With us, it's the way we dress and our long hair.
Straight up and in.
McIntyre tries to teach her teenagers as many life skills as she can, and one of her goals is to find job opportunities for them outside the grocery store.
And you said you couldn't cook. Right now in the summer we have a beach out in Cambridge that we do junk food, you know, hot dogs, hamburgers, french fries. We'd like to get a real restaurant and teach multi-handicapped kids and street kids cooking, like a cafeteria type thing. We were looking at buying a bakery. It just was out of our reach at the time. We couldn't get the guy to come down low enough to teach them how to bake bread, how to be self-sufficient that way. We want to go into offices, file clerks, data entry. There's a lot of fields out there that we think a multi-handicapped person can do, and a street person.
Come on.
McIntyre is a firm believer in integration, getting people with disabilities into the community and the workforce and out of institutional settings.
I would love for the people who are shoving the disabled people into these places, go there for a while, check it out. You're not going to like it. Terry, you're staying here until after circle, right? Okay. You have a problem? No. Okay. Sorry about that. It's my dip. No, you got people that are being taken and they're being given jobs to do, like you're going to assemble a box. Now this person is capable of learning how to type, learning how to do Braille, learning how to do a hell of a lot more. So why should we be so grateful that the government has set up a place where people make boxes one day and take them apart the next? You're not talking about the growth of the person, you're not talking about the development of the person. You're talking about the person being given a made-to-do job, that they're not learning anything and they're not going to get anywhere with it. And a lot of the shelters do that. Okay, I'm not going to send them to work in a Japanese restaurant with flying knives and that sort of thing, but they can work in restaurants, they can work in stores. The technology is out there. With the computer era now, there's no reason on earth why you don't have more people employed.
Next, the frustrations, the rewards.
Oh, honey, everybody here, do you realize you're on TV?
They do now.
Surprise.
The multi-disabled students have finished work and will soon be leaving. But before the bus comes, they are being encouraged to talk about the day. It is part of the careful planning Sam McIntyre puts into these very human encounters.
So wait, is there anything Jan or Casey can do to make your life easier? Come on, talk to me.
I want to know.
Did you enjoy working with them today? Come on, baby. I'm going to bug you till you tell me. Did you enjoy it?
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, wait. Sherry, how did you like working with Rob?
Good.
Did you understand what you were supposed to be doing?
Yeah.
Is he okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, we got some bad news for everybody. Jeff Ball had to go home.
Yeah.
He went back to Kingston last week, and he was very sad about it. And he wanted us to tell you that he's going to miss you all. So he's going to miss you all. He already told me that, okay? And he loved working with all of you, especially you, Sherry. Sherry had a crush on Jeff. So we teased them a lot. Bonita, you okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
But you need to have some fun in here, right?
You mean you don't now?
We always have fun.
Yeah, but still, I mean, you need to have more fun, right?
What did you do today?
I worked with chocolate bars.
What did you do with the chocolate bars?
I put them down on the shelf.
Were they all the same kind of chocolate bars?
Yeah, it's Mr. Big.
Whoa, good stuff.
All right.
What did we do in the walk-in freezer?
The milk.
What'd you do to the milk?
I put it down on the shelf.
Did you like working with Terry?
Yeah.
Is there anything Terry can do to help so next time you come you work it's more fun or better?
Yeah.
What?
Putting the milk in.
So you like doing the milk best, eh?
Yes.
Terry, how was Bonita today?
She was fast. Like she left us. She did all the work. Just got all the work done really fast.
Did you get my clothes?
Oh, you did perfect today. You came and you worked. You did wonderful. Okay, we feel happy that you're here. Do you want to come back?
Yeah.
Okay, because we want you to. You're doing real good, and there's your buddy, okay? But we want you to talk to us and tell us how you feel.
I feel happy.
Okay, that's good.
The kids are worth it. Like when you think of the potential that we're just sort of sloughing off, it's insanity. It scares me that we can take this group of people and say, okay, you're no good. Or we can give you a pension or a welfare check and just go over there and don't bother us. No, the kids keep me going because I get frustrated. The kids know everything about this operation. They know how much money we make every day. They know when I get a check from doing accounting work. They know when Rob gives us his check, how much it is and where it's going. And the kids know where every cent is. And they help motivate me. Just, I'll come back and I'll be down because the door is shut in my face so many times, I will be down. And the kids will pick me up again. We'll talk in circle and they pick me up again and cheer me up. And then out of the blue, I get a donation like 10 loaves of bread for a spaghetti dinner. Or my new stove, something like that.
Come on, you guys, bust here.
It's a win-win situation. And we feel good knowing that we're part of something that's changing people's lives. And it's working. And there's high energy. There's a lot of good, positive feeling running around. And it's hard not to get high on positivity. And that's basically what it is. It's positive energy. You see the kids changing and growing every day. So when I get frustrated or I'm going, oh shit, I gotta fundraise again, I gotta bang on doors and beg some more, then I look at one of the kids. I look at Casey or I look at Terry and I look at what they're doing and how hard they're trying and how much they're doing for me. Like they're going to school because I asked them to and they're giving it all their best. So it gives me the strength that I need to say, well, yeah, well, it's worth it. Or I'll walk in on a Thursday and see all the kids working together, listening to them joking and laughing, and it's worth it. Like, everyone gives to everybody else. Everybody's learning.
Like it's making a difference, even if it's that slight of a difference. They're learning something, and they're feeling better about themselves for it. And the kids feel great because the street kids, because they're the one teaching them, and they're the ones that are making the difference for them. And they really feel good about themselves for doing it.
And there's high energy. There's a lot of good, positive feeling running around. And it's hard not to get high on positivity.
And that's what happened to Sam McIntyre when she retired to Brantford, Ontario. Some retirement. I'm Joe Coughlin. See you next week. If you'd like to write to us at the Disability Network, our address is CBC Television, Box 500, Station A, Toronto, M5W 1E6. That's the Disability Network, CBC Television, Box 500, Station A, Toronto, M5W 1E6. Our fax number is area code 416-975-5636.